Okay. So, good morning, Ayush. Thank you so much for actually, agreeing to come on my channel despite having a very low amount of subscriber. So, how do you
Pleasure.
feel? Is this your first podcast or have you done this before?
Uh, so honestly, this is my first time.
Okay. Great to hear that. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's introduce Ayush to my viewers. Of course, he is an top mentor of ACCA, CPA, and whatnot, and he's an international instructor. Also, I have seen your LinkedIn, and correct me if I'm wrong, you are also a startup investment banker, and of course, you
Uh,
are a founder of ed tech company Saviors, Fin Saviors. Sorry.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So yes, so I have my own institute set up in Delhi by the name of Saviors, where we are engaged in professional training into finance certification courses, just what you just said. And apart from that, yes, I'm a startup investment banker where I have a financial advisory company wherein we are assisting startups for their fundraising journeys, and I try to contribute wherever I can.
Wow, that's great. Seems like I have a great guest today on my channel. I
Thank you.
feel very grateful to have you on my channel. So let's
Pleasure.
actually introduce my viewers what's exactly going to happen in this particular podcast. As a college student, we are always confused as to which profession course to pick up when you have such a diverse option in front of you. It's ACCA, CA, CPA, CMA, and whatnot. So today we are solving the problem ACCA versus CPA battle. So let's see what's gonna happen, and I will try to answer all the questions in this particular podcast. So let's begin and hope for the best. And I hope we really answer a lot of questions and queries of the students.
Sure.
Yeah, so let's begin with the very first question to you. What, according to you, is actually CPA? So, a college student who has actually heard the CPA term for the very first time, what he's actually expected to know about it?
Okay. So a CPA is basically a chartered account. So what a chartered accountancy is in India, right? CPA is the same in US. So it is a chartered accountancy equivalent in United States. That is CPA, as simple as it gets.
Yeah, exactly. And that is exactly what it is ACCA about. ACCA is
Correct.
CA in UK. So we
UK
are
is
not.
European segment.
Yeah. So we are not actually talking about India. We are actually talking about the international coverage, the USA and the UK. When we talk,
Correct. So that these certifications have a huge scope right now in India. They are picking up very, very fast, very, very rapidly. Recruiters demand these skills from the candidates. So it's amazing that we are answering these questions finally.
exactly. So when it comes to the coverage part, the next question is the coverage. When I was introduced to ACCA, I was told that ACCA is applicable in 180 plus countries, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, when we talk about ACCA, we talk about major countries like Dubai, the UK. So, when it comes to CPA, what all the coverage is it applicable to 180 plus countries or less than that, or major countries?
See, it is just the same. Just the only difference is that ACCA takes the European segment. If you exclude the European segment, CPA is valid globally. You say United States, you say Canada, you say Australia, Middle East, Singapore, Japan, anything. Pick up anything, and CPA is valid there. Even in fact, CPA is now also prevalent in European segment, just like ACCA is prevalent in the Canadian market now, which I'm sure you might have told to your viewers, or if not, it will be in the coming podcast. That now that ACCA is reaching on to the United segments as well, it's just the same, right? So you have someone who's deciding on when to pick ACCA or whether to pick CPA. The primary concern should be the market that the person needs to target, right? If you're looking to work more with, let's say, the KGS or the EYGDS department who's working with United States teams, you might want to go for CPA rather than ACCA, and vice versa.
Exactly. I guess these are the top recruiters when it comes to the courses like ACCA and CPA because these are operating globally. So these are the top recruiters. What do you think
Top
about
recruiters, yes, yes, they are one of the segments, I should say, because now what is happening is, see, let's take an example of a CPA that, there are a lot of American MNCs in India right now, right? So they would require someone having their own qualification, right? So a lot of, not just Big Fours, but a lot of American MNCs also demand CPA nowadays. And
it?
that is the reason why enrolled agent has also kicked up,
Exactly.
right, in India, which is just for the taxation purpose.
And like a personal opinion over here, I believe the companies like USA, from USA, Europe, will always keep on emerging in India. So when it comes to scope, in next 10 years, we will definitely be having the demand of ACCA and CPS.
Definitely. Definitely. It is on a rise. And see, because it is more also because we are going global, right? We are living in an era where there are no boundaries, right? I can have my own small office in India working, covering all the United States, right? So I need to know about their laws, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
for an Indian, it is also a money making machine.
Of course. That's the actual fun fact and the true fact, I would say.
Yes.
Okay, now we have talked about the scope, the coverage. I hope it answered the questions and, to make a decision where they want to go in the market segment. But trust me,
Yeah.
you can do early course. You have lot of scope in next 10 years. Don't worry
Definitely.
about
Both
that.
of them. In both of them, definitely.
Yeah. So let's move on to the third question, the exam pattern. So, as an
Good.
ACCA affiliate, what I had the best advantage in the exam pattern of ACCA was the flexibility that you can appear quarterly in the skill and the professional exam, and you can appear anytime in the knowledge level exams. So, does that flexibility is provided by, CPA too, or how does it go?
Good news, CPA just has four exams. You just have to clear four exams and you're done,
Wow.
right? So flexibility is not required because you're not appearing group wise, but yes, a lot of flexibility because you can appear paper wise. It's like if you're appearing for financial accounting, fine, give one exam, move to the next.
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं है that can we use Hindi?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Our target audience is Hindi only. Indians.
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट
Yeah.
सो गाइस ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि जैसे सीए में होता है कि आपने अगर ग्रुप क्लियर नहीं किया तो आपको पूरा फिर से देना पड़ेगा,
हाँ,
यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है, ना एसीसीए में है ना सीपीए में,
exactly.
राइट? सो इट्स जस्ट दैट यू अपीयर फॉर वन एग्जाम, यू क्लियर वन एग्जाम एंड यू डन, मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन, राइट? सो जस्ट फोर एग्जाम्स टू बी क्लियर्ड, नो लेवल्स, नथिंग, नो कंडीशंस अटैच्ड, you're done.
Now I feel like I should do CPA too. So actually, when I used to compare ACCA with CA, what used to happen, I always, get curious or excited about how the ACCA is providing flexibility. But now, when I'm comparing ACCA with CPA, I see the amount of, exam. ACCA has 13 exams, literally 13 exams, and you have
Yeah,
scored.
but the good part is, so there is a good part attached to it, ACCA as well. ऐसा नहीं है मैं यहाँ पे सीपीए का एडवोकेट हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है, but ACCA has a lot of good part attached, as in it is very comprehensive, right? So if you look at the amount of practical knowledge that you're getting with when you're clearing 13 exams, and that too so comprehensive with the curriculum, right? So you get a very massive amount of knowledge. Whereas, again, another good part attached to CPA is, I think we are coming on to that question of the exam pattern.
Yeah.
So it's
Coming.
all multiple choice questions.
Ah, are you serious? Even I didn't know this.
Yeah, so CPA is a blend of multiple choice and some simulation part attached to it. Simulations is also that you don't have to, type any long answers. You just have to select the correct answers. That's simulations. You will be given a practical case study. You are put into the shoes of an accountant or an auditor, and then you have to select the correct answer. But all in all, it's all multiple choice. It's a computer-based exam.
But I don't know why I always feel MCQs are much more difficult to score instead of writing the exams, the C section
Because
of
you,
ACCA.
because you're not getting the step marks, no? It's
Yeah,
either a zero or
exactly.
a one, right? So MCQs that way becomes might be challenging because it's either yes or no, right? You
Huh.
either get a score or you
Or
lose
you
it.
don't get it all.
You don't get it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because
So
at a professional level, what used to actually happen, you used to write full exam answers. So you always get marks for your logic, how you think. There's no correct or wrong answer. If you are right in your approach, you might get answer, might get marks to it.
also being an Indian, right? Having an Indian education, it's inbuilt in our education system to think, chal step ke marks to mil hi jayenge yaar. We have always we've grown with that approach.
Exactly.
So that's the difference.
And as an Indian student, you never find difficult writing long answers. You have a habit of writing, long and
Exactly.
typing long answers. That yes, I have made a good lengthy answer.
Absolutely correct.
Okay, now let's move on to the next syllabus coverage. So, what happens in ACCA? First of all, you appeal for the knowledge level, that is very basic, and then you move on to the skill level where the your syllabus get increased to the 50%, and there are the extension of those subjects only. And when it comes to the professional level, your syllabus gets increased to 200%. Your mind has to work really hard, not hard, but smarter way. You have to
Hmm.
literally understand the concepts. So it's the extension of how the knowledge, skill, and profession go in hand. So, what about the CPA for exam? Does it go in hand, or what are the subjects, or what are they?
Accounts, audit, tax and laws, and business. You're done. So the first one is financial accounting and reporting, the FAR, right? So it is a culmination of everything accounts
Hmm.
as per the US GAAP,
Hmm.
right? Then we have the next segment, audit, which is the same in any course. Audit is audit,
Yeah.
right? But audit is also now from more of a US perspective because
Hmm.
US follows a rule-based system, whereas ACCA, where IFRS, when we talk about UK segment, European segment, we follow a principle-based
Principal.
approach, right?
Right.
So everything has a rule here, right? So it's fairly simple. ये problem है तो ये करना है बस,
Hmm.
right? So FAR audit. Then we have regulation, which is the culmination of taxation and laws,
Hmm.
right? Massive portion of tax, some portion of business laws,
Yeah.
right? Then this is fairly simple. You used to read contracts, you used to read agencies, bankruptcy, so all these things. And then finally, we have a BEC, right, which is business environment and communication, basically. This is a culmination of a lot of small portions from a lot of things. So it has internal controls, it has IT,
Okay.
it has financial management, it has cost accounting, right? Has economics.
Yeah.
तो वो सारा जो आप वहां पे कह रहे हो मैसिव पोर्शन है, वो सारा छोटे 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 पोर्शंस में
इसमें
इस
आ
एक सब्जेक्ट में डाल दिया गया है.
But hearing it from you, it seems like काफी similarities है because taxation हम दोनों में ही पढ़ेंगे और in fact सारे courses में हमें taxation पढ़ना पड़ेगा. If you are doing an auditing, these are the very common subject that will be actually used once you become an auditor.
देखो, एवरीथिंग इज सेम. द ओनली एंड ओनली डिफरेंस इज IFRS एंड US का. या आप इंडिया में बात करते हो तो वो इंडियस हो जाएगा,
India हो जाएगा, right?
राइट? अब देखो, आप भी अकाउंटिंग प्रोफेशनल हो, मैं भी प्रोफेशनल हूँ, वी आर ऑल प्रोफेशनल. चाहे आप ACC हो चाहे CPA पढ़ोगे तो वही ना.
हाँ.
अकाउंट्स के कॉन्सेप्ट थोड़ी ना चेंज हो जाएंगे. अकाउंट्स इज
Exactly.
अकाउंट्स, राइट? ऑडिट इज ऑडिट. सो सब कुछ सेम है. इट इज जस्ट इन एन इकोनॉमी फोकस थिंग कि अब फ्रेमवर्क फोकस हो गया है कि मैं US गैप के अकॉर्डिंग थोड़ा सा कुछ चेंजेस होंगे, IFRS में थोड़े से चेंजेस होंगे, इंडिया इज IFRS होंगे तो
Yeah.
थोड़े से चेंजेस होते हैं.
Exactly. And I just passed my third year from Delhi University. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. I was studying Indias as well as I was studying IFRS because I was doing ACCA. So, what I
Hmm.
noticed that there is a synchronization that is actually being, built up. Like there are few Indias that are changing according to the IFRS. So what do you
Correct.
think? Will, US GAAP and IFRS will synchronize in future, or they are trying to do because we have to do auditing globally. So they anyways have to match up at some level. What
Hmm.
according to you?
Let's hope. People have been hoping this since a long time that now let's bring them in one line. but some concepts are aligned, but
Mhm.
we have a long way to go.
Yeah, but
Let's hope.
I see.
One day
Mhm.
it comes when we have a synchronized framework globally.
That will take a long, long, long
It's a
years.
long road ahead. Yeah,
But I
it
see
is.
Indians and CAs are actually, trying to go in synchronize with IFRS to some extent when it comes to
Yeah,
16.
because India's has been built keeping in mind the IFRS only, no? Yeah,
Right. So they keep on updating it depending upon IFRS only.
correct, correct, correct.
Okay, so now let's talk about the suitability. As a Indian student, you are always told, you can get a job in India if you do CA. And what about your CPA? Will you have the enough job opportunities in India, or a student if you wish to move abroad then only has to do CPA?
No, as I said earlier, also the opportunities, the scope is growing massively in India. Be it ACCA, be it CPA, there are huge growth-based opportunities now, right? You can own if you want to work in only taxation per se, right? Deloitte has its own massive department in Hyderabad, which is hiring only taxation people, right? It's a US tax Hyderabad office, right? So it's Deloitte USI. So there a huge scope of CPAs, and now see now that India is the favorite destination for outsourcing, right? Over 80% of the world's things are getting outsourced in India.
Yeah,
So
it's
you can imagine the scope,
hmm.
imagine the possibilities that you have. Every company now has to, if you're talking about consulting companies, there will definitely be the scope for CPA and ACCAs, right? Even if you, this is for your viewers, in fact, even if you focus on and observe the recruitment or the job that job that opens up, right,
Mm-hmm.
in the requirements, it's always written CA slash ACCA slash CPA
It's
these days,
yeah.
right? And because they also know that they do need it. And even if you have studied these professional courses, that means you have the knowledge. ऐसा नहीं है कि CA है तो इंडिया है तो CA ही चाहिए. Now that mindset is changing, and it's changing very, very rapidly.
Exactly. Now you have talked about the word outsourcing, right? So in the last 10 years, what used to really happen, only the IT companies actually outsources it, especially in Bangalore and thing. But now I see the accounting things are also getting outsourced to very large extent. So where you see
Yes.
the profession course in next 5 to 10 years, like you see a massive change in, IT thing, how you see a change in accounting outsourcing thing.
I want India to have the entire world's accounting as outsourced. Right? I want that to happen. See, with cloud computing happening, and yeah, even accounting is on cloud, right? You are filling the tax returns for US individuals, for US companies sitting here,
Sitting
right? I
here,
am
right?
filling those forms for those individuals. We are planning the taxes for those individuals. So everything has shifted, right? And it's great to see that. And I would like to see this, that India is leading the forefront, like in IT, when we say कि अच्छा you are in IT, फिर तो तुम बाहर निकल जाओगे,
Huh.
right? People will call you outside. So I want this to happen with the financial professionals
Finance.
also. That okay, you are a finance professionals. Wow, you have the globe opened up, right? So I am working for that. Even when I talk, when I train my students, I tell them that don't just do this only for passing the exam.
Hmm.
Do it from a very practical perspective.
Practical person.
मेरा फेवरेट डायलॉग है, एंड मेरे स्टूडेंट्स परेशान है इस डायलॉग से मेरे, दैट अगर कोई आपको रात इतने अच्छे से कॉन्सेप्ट करो कि अगर कोई
Finance.
रात को 3 बजे उठाकर भी पूछे ना, तो आप टिप टॉप उसको आंसर दे दो पूरा.
Exactly.
ये मेरा हर कोर्स में मेरा डायलॉग होता है, एंड आई प्रिपेयर स्टूडेंट्स फॉर दिस थिंग ओनली.
I guess this should be the favorite dialogues of every teacher because this is how you should prepare your students. Like, ठीक है, आप इंडिया से अगर कोई accountant आया तो he is the expert. So that behavior should be there.
I want to see that perception in the minds of foreigners, that oh, you are from India, you must
You
be an
are from
expert in this thing.
yeah, that's an actual dream come true as a finance student, as an account student.
मैं ज्यादा पेट्रियोटिक साउंड कर रहा हूँ ना
नहीं
इससे.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. So there's an added question. I know I did not, plan it previously. This is an added question. So when we talk about the salary, so Indians parent always think that when you become a CA, you will get a good salary. But when you tell your parents that I am an ACCA or a CPA, they don't expect you to earn, a good amount of salary. Maybe due to awareness, like you don't know much about ACCA and CPA, especially when it comes to your parents. So, what do you think?
Hmm.
The salary opportunities in India is same as CA students, or is it more or less?
I would say more, because see, very recently, companies have started hiring CPA at a salary, at a massive salary of 12 lakhs, right? And this is good. If you have done a CPA and you're hired somewhere between 10 to 12 lakh of a
Mhm.
bracket,
Yeah,
it's a very good start.
yeah.
I remember I started back at a salary of what, 5.5 or something. Yeah, it was back then. But now look at the opportunities that you have. You have already 100% jump.
Hmm.
So it's
Exactly.
it's good. It's good. Gone are those days, yeah, जब सिर्फ engineers, doctors और chartered accountants होते थे,
Huh.
right? And लोगों को भी लगता था कि, and the parents, see, who are the parents these days? Now the trend has shifted, generation has shifted. आज वो parents भी वही हैं जो एक young generation, young
Generation.
young
Yeah.
generation is, modern people are the parents now. So they
Yeah.
also know the scope of global opportunities. They might be working globally,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
राइट? ये वो ट्रांजिशन नहीं है जो शायद मैंने देखा हो, ठीक है? और मैं इतना इतना ओल्ड भी नहीं हुआ जितना मैं साउंड कर रहा हूँ, मैंने अपने जमाने में देखा हो. So बट दिस इज द मॉडर्न जनरेशन, राइट? हु आर द पेरेंट्स दी, ये आगे आने वाले सालों में, राइट? योर व्यूअर्स, हु आर द पेरेंट्स, वी आर द कूल पेरेंट्स नाउ, राइट? सो
Exactly.
दे ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि हाँ यार, जो करना है करो, एंड दीज अपॉर्चुनिटीज ऑल्सो एंजॉय अ वेरी गुड स्कोप ग्लोबली. सो आई थिंक वो प्रॉब्लम अब एटलीस्ट बिग सिटीज में तो नहीं होनी चाहिए. बट हाँ, अगर हम टीयर 2 सिटीज की बात करें या टीयर 3 स्टेट्स की बात करें, वहां पे आई अंडरस्टैंड कि ये प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है.
हो सकता है.
But then that you have to show them the stats. Everything is available. And if there is one of your viewers or some viewers from tier 2, tier 3 cities and facing these problems with their parents, show them the stats.
Right.
Right? Google has everything. But show them the statistics, show them the reports. Talk to
Exactly.
people on LinkedIn. People actually respond. If you reach out well, people actually respond on LinkedIn.
Yes. We met on
I
LinkedIn.
we met on LinkedIn. I respond to a lot of student-based professionals on LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
if you reach out right, ऐसा नहीं है कि hi bro, can you please
Uh,
pass my CV in your organization? Like, but if you reach out well,
yeah.
people do respond. So
They
talk to your parents; they'll understand. Trend has shifted. Huge
exactly.
salary opportunities also for these professional courses.
Exactly. I guess we have covered a massive amount of questions and it will answer a lot of queries. And finally, when it makes the decision process easier, you feel happy that yes, your podcast actually added value to your students. So that is the
I'm sure,
main
I'm
purpose.
sure. I've seen your videos. You're doing some amazing work, amazing value addition
Yeah.
to the student community. So let's hope we can collaborate more on some of the topics wherein we can add value to a
Of
lot
course.
of students with a lot of topics that they have.
Exactly. So actually, I do multiple things. I work at EYGDS. I am a teacher. I take a test series of ACCA, and I am also teaching new students on my channel. I'm taking podcasts, and also I'm about to start my first batch of ACCA in March.
Very good.
So yeah,
That's amazing. That's amazing.
exactly
See,
doing
this
the
is the young
job.
generation, and you say you don't have opportunities. Just look at you. You're doing brilliant.
Exactly. 8-hour jobs makes it sometimes difficult for to actually manage all the things, but yeah, trying my best to do everything in
हाँ,
one.
but don't leave, हाँ, अभी. Till the time
Of
you
course,
have everything set up, हाँ.
exactly. Till
People,
I
I've
have
seen
my
people
brand
doing
name
that.
Ruchi Goyal.
I'm sure that that's coming soon. Maybe
I hope
2023 is for you.
I hope see.
All the best for that.
Thank you so much, Ayush, for actually coming to this particular podcast. I am Definitely going to invite you for another collaboration very soon.
Would be my pleasure. My pleasure, Ruchi. I wish you all the very best. And
Thank
to your viewers, thank you so much, guys, for watching this.
you.
God bless and all the very best.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Now I'll stop the recording.